Guangzhou is ready to roll out the red carpet for badminton's elite. With the top 8 spots for the season-ending HSBC BWF World Tour finals decided, it now comes down to who will prevail in this toughest of battles for one of the most valuable prizes in badminton.
因为我觉得到了年底吧，所以其实比赛蛮多的，然后一直到尾声，到最后一站之后，我觉得大家多多少少身上都会有很多的疲劳或者是受伤，对啊。
In the next half hour, we will take an in-depth look at what you can expect from the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals 2019. It's that time of the year again. On the 11th of December 2019, the second edition of the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals gets underway in Guangzhou, with only the best 8 players and pairs from each category competing for the $1.5 million prize pot. Besides the handsome prize money, the main motivation for the competitors will be the valuable 12,000 ranking points awarded to the champions in this Olympic qualifying year. In men's singles, world champion Kento Momota leads the field and is the only Japanese player among the 8. China has a sole representative in Chen Long. Indonesia, on the other hand, have 2 players, Jonathan Christie and Anthony Sinisuka Ginting, as do Denmark and Chinese Taipei. Kento Momota is without a doubt the most successful men's singles player this year, with 8 tour titles, including 2 Super 1000s and 3 Super 750s. One of Momota's prominent losses in finals was his defeat by Shiryu Chi in last year's title clash. Momota, who won the season finale in Dubai in 2015, will be keen to regain the title in Guangzhou. Come December, the world champion will be determined to bring home the season-ending trophy and continue his prolific run of the last 2 years.
そうですね、去年は、自分はやりやすい相手が多いグループだったので、なんだろうな、いいリズムで、決勝戦まで行けたのを覚えてます。まあ普段の試合とは違う緊張感、っていうのはすごくあって、まあ自分的には、すごく、なんていうかな、ツアーファイナルだなっていう雰囲気があったので。いい緊張感を持って、試合できたのを覚えてます。でも去年は優勝できてないので、今年こそっていう気持ちを持って、試合に挑みたいなと思います。
Jiutian Chen will be looking to improve on his performance in Guangzhou last year after failing to make it past the group stage. The Chinese Taipei star has 3 tour titles this year, including his first Super 1000 title, the Blibli Indonesia Open. Cho will hope to round off a successful year with his career's biggest title.
主要是大家都在年终了嘛，然后大家比较疲劳，觉得是精英嘛，所以才能参加年终赛。所以我想每个人都不是那么好打，然后你每一场都必须要专注，因为不管赢还是输都有下2场比赛，所以我觉得这是自己要心理准备的地方吧。
Chen Yufei headlines the women's singles competition, having won 6 titles on tour this year. She is one of 2 Chinese players in the mix, with Korea Open 2019 champion He Bingtiao also making the cut. Pusala v Sindhu automatically qualified after her World Championships win in Basel, while Thailand's Busanan Ongbangrupan qualified for her first season finale by finishing in the top 7. Chen Yufei's 100% win record in finals this year makes her the player to beat at the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals 2019. In the 13 tournaments played in 2019, Chen won 6 titles, was in the semi-finals of a further 6 events, with the Korea Open being the only tournament where she faltered at the quarter-final stage. The consistency of her performances, along with home support, arguably makes her the favourite.
我觉得总决赛因为去的全部都就是水平都比较接近，所以每一场球都是很激烈的，然后也是要全力以赴去准备的，所以可能会更加的消耗会更加大。
A knee injury forced Tai Tzu-Ying to retire from her semi-final match at the Fuzhou China Open last month, disrupting her preparation for the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals 2019. Tai is fighting against time to get fit and contend for the title she last won in 2016.
这个比赛其实不像我们可能前2场还可以稍微有一点排名比较后面的队，然后我们其实到那个循环一开始打，大家就是前8强，就是真的像从8强开始比赛的感觉，然后打了3场之后，又要再打2个4强的感觉，对。然后其实这样的强度我觉得蛮大的，对啊。然后而且我觉得女单的水平其实一直在提升，然后时间也都一直在拉长，所以自己都要比较注意在比赛的时候的状况。
With a strong team behind her, Tai Tzu-Ying will be hoping to reach Guangzhou in peak condition.
因为我觉得到了年底吧，所以其实比赛蛮多的，然后一直到尾声，到最后一站之后，我觉得大家多多少少身上都会有很多的疲劳或者是受伤，对啊，然后就希望自己这次也可以把受伤降到最低。
Ratchanok Intanon's last title came at the Yonex Sunrise India Open 2019 in March, and despite getting to a final on 3 occasions since, the Thai's dry spell enters its 9th month this December. Intanon will be hoping to go one better this time around in Guangzhou, following her semi-final exit last year at the hands of Pusala.
You know that every player is a lot experienced and they try to push harder about the training, and I also try to keep training harder, and I know that it's not easy like the normal tournament like Super 500 or any tournament, because the top 8 player also strong, and I have to more training harder, and I want to show my best performance in there.
2018 was the first edition of the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals in Guangzhou. Here's a look back at 5 milestone moments from last year's tournament. We start with the highly anticipated men's doubles group stage clash between last year's world champion Li Junhui, Liu Yuchen, and world number 1 Marcus Fernaldi Gideon, Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo. The Chinese pair made clear their intentions right from the start in Guangzhou.
It's been a familiar picture, that one, hasn't it? Liu Yuchen in menacing mood around the net, crushing those smashes. That is crazy good badminton from the world number 2s. Li Junhui and Liu Yuchen in particular take a bow. We were treated to a fantastic badminton match there.
Korean women's doubles duo Lee So-hee and Shin Sung-chan came into the 2018 finals in fine form, having reached the final stage of the last 3 events preceding the season ender. However, in their first group stage appearance in China, they lost a hard-fought battle against world champions Mayu Matsumoto and Wakana Nagahara. The defeat did not deter Lee and Shin as they fought their way back to reach the semi-finals, where they once again faced their Japanese nemesis, who were standing between them and a spot in the final.
Good rally.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Super. Well, quite frankly, at the moment, Morton, I can only see one pair winning this. Look, she's gone forward again. And they've done it. They've reversed the result of the group match. Well, what a performance by the Koreans.
Before the Guangzhou men's singles final, Shi Yuqi and Kento Momota had locked horns 3 times in 2018 at the Badminton Asia Championships, the Total BWF World Championships, and the Victor China Open, with the Japanese winning all 3. Ahead of their 4th high-profile meeting, the pressure was undoubtedly on Shi to break his losing streak in front of an expectant home crowd.
Brilliant. But he's holding it exactly long enough to make Momota stop at the centre of the court.
Wow! Take that! What a shot! Of China becomes the 3rd different player from his country to win the end-of-year finale, joining the great Lin Dan and Chen Long, who won this title twice.
Pusala v Sindhu had not won an HSBC BWF World Tour title all year, but consistent performances saw the Indian qualify for the season-ending tournament. In Guangzhou, Pusala reached the final having won all her matches, but then came up against arch-rival Nozomi Okuhara.
Oh yes, that was a perfect smash. Oh, well taken off the top of the tape. Pusala Venkata Sindhu becomes the first player from India to win a title at the end-of-year finale.
Our number 1 milestone moment of the tournament comes from the mixed doubles final between the world number 1 and 2 pairs Zheng Siwei, Huang Yationg, and Wang Yiliu, Huang Dongping. Since their maiden showdown at the Yonex Sunrise Hong Kong Open 2017, Wang and Huang hadn't found their way past the world champions. In what was their 8th meeting, the world number 2 pair finally broke free when they beat their compatriots and arch-rivals for the title in the longest match of the day.
And here it comes now. She's defending it so well, Dongping.
Unbelievable.
And the big smash.
Rally of the match. Only needed the one. It's 1 game all. It's landed in. The World Championship silver medalists, Wang Yiliu and Wang Dongping, win their first ever World Tour title.
Time for a quick break, but stay with us as we turn our focus to the doubles in our look ahead to the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals 2019.
我和思维搭档还没有拿过，就是说总决赛的冠军，所以说还是非常的希望说是今年能就是说去努力争取一下拿到这个冠军吧。对。
Welcome back. We continue our preview of the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals 2019 by looking at the men's doubles discipline. Indonesians Marcus Fernaldi Gideon, Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo, and Muhammad Ahsan Hendra Setiawan clinched the top 2 positions in the race to Guangzhou standings. Japan and Chinese Taipei also have 2 pairs represented in the top 8, while China's men's doubles pair of Li Junhui and Liu Yuchen are the nation's sole representatives. Indonesia are favourites to reign supreme in the men's doubles discipline in Guangzhou this year, seeing how they've dominated the HSBC BWF World Tour in 2019. Indonesian men's doubles pairs have won 12 of the 25 HSBC BWF World Tour tournaments played. Of the 12, Marcus Fernaldi Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo have, for a second straight season, captured 8 titles. Compatriots Muhammad Ahsan and Hendrik Setiawan captured the one major title that continues to elude the Minions, the World Championships. Ahsan and Setiawan were the first to book their spot for this year's HSBC BWF World Tour Finals after spectacularly winning the Total BWF World Championships 2019 crown, and that certainly makes them a force to reckon with at the season finale.
Kalau turnamen biasa kan satu kali main sudah menang atau kalah. Jadi kalau di grup itu kita harus menang, tapi yang menang pun belum tentu lolos juga kan. Jadi kita harus tetap fokus nextnya juga ya.
Pastinya ya berbeda ya. Tapi ya saya rasa semua pemain juga merasakan yang sama. Mungkin kita hanya fokus aja, jadi kita nggak terlalu mikirin lapangannya warna apa, warna merah seperti itu.
Ya yang pasti kita berdua senang ya bisa langsung qualified ke World Tour Final karena itu nggak mudah juga kan.
Apalagi Indonesia punya 3 pasang. Sekarang kan mungkin Kevin sama itu lagi kejar-kejaran. Untung kita juga senang karena kita udah qualified. Jadi nggak kejar-kejaran lagi sama teman-teman dari Indonesia. Kerja keras.
Defending champions Lee Junhui and Liu Yuchen know a thing or two about handling pressure at the highest level. The home pair won the title in Guangzhou last year.
我觉得在广州比赛的氛围非常好，然后球迷非常的热情，然后包括在中国比赛，然后我觉得整个大家对羽毛球的热爱也是非常的高吧。
我觉得还是非常开心吧，总决赛，然后尤其是在广州，去年是第1年举办，然后就也是非常就是想要吧。
我觉得这是年终总决赛吧，就是一个最后比赛可能全年的一个最高比赛。 然后我觉得我们最后赢得了比赛，我觉得非常开心。
Meanwhile, Chinese Taipei's Li Yang and Wang Qilin will relish their underdog status as they make a bid for the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals crown in their debut tournament as a pair.
广州，因为听说他们去年就是听说很不一样，整个做的好像很特别，所以我一直很想要去打看看。然后今年蛮幸运的，就是 佩奇的第1年就达到，那当然他去年有经验，所以我会多请教一下他在那个场地要怎么表现得比较好。对，
要有非常艰难的准备，因为他们都是高手啦，所以就希望能把自己最好一面拿出来跟他们抗衡，对，不要还没打自己气势就先输一半，去冲击他们。
With each nation only allowed a maximum of 2 representatives in each discipline, Japan's Yuki Fukushima, Sayaka Hirota, and world champions Mayu Matsumoto, Wakana Nagahara qualified ahead of Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi in the women's doubles. China and Korea too have a strong presence with 2 pairs each. Thailand's Jongkolpan Kittitarakul and Rawinda Prajongjai qualified in 8th place. Japan's Matsumoto and Nagahara know all about bringing their A-game to the biggest of stages, like winning back-to-back editions of the Total BWF World Championships in 2018 and 2019. They've also finished runners-up at this year's Badminton Asia Championships and the All England Open, with their only title victory in 2019 coming at the Singapore Open. Having cemented their position as one of the world's best women's doubles pairs, Matsumoto and Nagahara will be hoping to capture badminton's biggest prize in Guangzhou to set the tone for an all-important 2020.
自分たちはツアーファイナルに出たのは昨年が初めてだったので、そういったファイナルの舞台っていうのはドバイの雰囲気とかも分かんなかったんですけど、中国でやったファイナルはまずコートマットがいつもでは緑なんですけど、会場が全て赤で初めてやる雰囲気だったので、そういったところでできてすごく楽しかったなと思います。
そうですね、去年と同様に世界選手権で権利を得ることができて、また舞台に立てるっていうのですごい嬉しい気持ちはあるんですけど、やっぱ去年の悔しい気持ちをしっかりと反省点として課題にして今年は
何としても優勝できるようにもう一回調整し直していかないといけないなと思います。そうですね、今年はツアーファイナルもオリンピックレースに関わってきますし、すごく大事な一戦になると思うので、昨年は本当に初出場でその舞台を楽しむということだったんですけど、やっぱり今回は楽しみながらもしっかり優勝を目指して頑張りたいなと思います。
While Japan have been dominant in the discipline in the past few years, China and Korea continue to pose a strong challenge. Chung Chin-chun and Jia Yifan have tasted success in all the major tournaments, from winning the season-ending finals in 2016 to becoming world champions in 2017 to being crowned All England champions this year. The former world number ones faltered in the group stages last year, but learning from past performances and coming back stronger is a proven mantra when it comes to the Chinese pair.
我觉得我们16年打的时候，其实也是很侥幸的，最后一步踏进那个总决赛的名额，其实也没有想到自己可以拿冠军。那个时候的心态就是有点初生牛犊不怕虎的样子，但是现在经历了这么多风雨，可能有的时候打着会保守一点，包括可能去年我手受伤，确实连小组都没有出，今年的目标是先出小组吧。对，跟去年比肯定是有进步的。对，就看临场的发挥，我们那个时候的状态怎么样，因为毕竟也年底了嘛，最后一个比赛会比较累，但是为了荣誉，对。
Korea women's doubles teams have been explosive on the HSBC BWF World Tour this year, with 7 titles under their belt. Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young, as well as Lee So-hee and Shin Sung-chan, will represent their nation at this year's finals, looking to go one up on last year's performance when Lee and Shin finished runners-up.
결승에서 두 번을 패하긴 했지만 결승까지 올라오는 무대에서 중국 선수나 일본 선수들을 맞이해갖고 좋은 경기를 펼쳤고, 이소희 신승찬제도 굉장히 우승 후보 중에 하나라고 그렇게 생각하고 있습니다.
Finally, in the mixed doubles, 3-time title winners in 2019, Dechapol Povaranukro and Sapsiri Terathanachai lead the pack and are the only representatives from the Land of Smiles. World champions Zheng Se-wei, Huang Ya-cheong, and defending champions Wang Yi-liu, Huang Dongping are separated by an informed Praveen Jordan and Melati Deva Octavianti. Indonesia are also represented by Hafiz Faisal and Gloria Emmanuel Wijaja in the 8. Zheng and Huang fumbled at the last hurdle in Guangzhou last year. They were the undisputed favourites to win the inaugural edition, given their dominant performance on the tour. But as they have learned, the round-robin format creates a different and more intense environment.
总决赛的对手也是特别的强，但可能就是赛制不一样，会打小组赛，然后会打循环，这都是世锦赛跟世锦赛不一样的地方。
我和思维搭档还没有拿过，就是说总决赛的冠军，所以说还是非常的希望说是今年能就是说去努力争取一下拿到这个冠军吧。对，总决赛是1年就是说最后一站比赛，所以说会给我们就是说今年画上一个句号吧。然后也是就是说对于今年来说是一个怎么说呢，最后的一个考验吧。
Wang and Huang, meanwhile, will take confidence from their recent win over their compatriots in Fuzhou going into December's tournament. 5-time title winners on the tour this year, Wang Yi-liu and Huang Dongping are enjoying the best season of their career and will be looking to cap it off with a second successive HSBC BWF World Tour Finals title, having famously beaten Zheng and Huang in the final last year.
比较开心吧，因为整个过程打得不是很顺畅，也比较艰难，所以比较开心。
身体还是比较兴奋吧，因为之前输了好多次，然后那天比赛打得整体比较艰难嘛，然后最后很艰难赢，所以说自己最后还是比较激动、比较兴奋的吧。其实最后比分也被他们追上来，最后还好，最后咬牙坚持住了，赢下比赛，所以说还是比较开心的。
That's it from this special preview. Remember to check your local listings and join us for the live action from Guangzhou from the 11th to the 15th of December. In the meantime, do log on to bwfworldtour.com for all the latest stories and features on the tournament.